I am like that 70-year-old substitute teacher that comes to your class with candies and A plus for everyone. I generally do not mark hard. I'm generally very lenient. But I must say, this PlayStation experience, this PlayStation E3 that's not E3, I would give it a D. I was disappointed. It was a failure to me. And I'll get into that a little bit more as to why it was such a failure in my eyes. But I'm going to start with the good. I'm going to be very fair. I'm going to start with the good part of it. And the good part of it was Spider-Man 2. We got a 10-minute gameplay demo of the game, and it's looking chef kiss. It's looking so good. And the fact that you get to play around the Venom powers, that makes it all the better. The abilities you're able to pull off with the new suit, it just look fun. But more importantly, I just love the idea of you able to switch characters, from one place for you'll be fighting as Peter to the other place you're fighting as Miles. Hoping it's not scripted and you can switch on the fly like GT5. Anytime you want to go about your business, you can switch like that and you go back and forth. So that was the good part. Here's the bad part. Fellas, here's the bad part. This is supposed to be E3 is dead. We get it. E3 is no more. But I was happy to hear that the major publishers were going to still do their own showcase. Because we're so used to this E3 time being the Christmas and the summer for us gamers. We expect the blockbusters to come hitting. So when PlayStation was so boldly saying they're going first, a lot of excitement was building. A lot of rumors, yes, I should never give in to rumors, but a lot of excitement was building. You're thinking Ghost of Tsushima 2, maybe a Bloodborne somewhere, some big hitters. And while some of those are unrealistic, there's a lot of Sony first party that's sitting idle right now, or well, not sitting idle, but they're working on stuff in the quiet, and you're hoping this was the event, the coming out party for everybody. Sony Benny were wondering what they're going to go with. You're hoping to see that Naughty Dog multiplayer game. In the end, we got none of that. We got none. Not even Stellar Blade showed up. We got nothing. Okay? And what I mean by that is that what we got today, because to be fair, we got games. We did get games. We get nothing but games. And I'm not going to discredit the quality of the games and the developers that were shown today. But what I mean is that the biggest disappointment today is that we see a lot of CGI, a lot of flashy CGI trailers, and so little gameplay. So little. And it hard. And then on top of it, it's not even the fact that we get no gameplay, but to make it even worse, we got very little release dates. Okay? Think about it. We got very little release dates. Sony, your first party lineup after summer, I am not sure. All I see right now on the top of my head is Spider-Man. And yes, you showed Alan Wake 2, but that's not an exclusive, So it begs to wonder, what is the second half looking like? What's the first half of next year looking like? So it is crazy that this was the big hype Sony showcase that was coming, and this is what we got. It's a bit disappointing in that sense. Some of the good things that I can pick out, we saw another look at Final Fantasy 16, which still looks good, and the previews already came out a week before, so I already know the game is shaping up well. We got another look at Street Fighter 6 again, coming out next week. We know it's looking good. We got a look at Assassin's Creed Mirage. Okay, Assassin's Creed Mirage gave us a gameplay, and I must say, I like the direction they're going back to the old school roots of Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, and it looking very colorful. Look very colorful as well. So I like that. That is good. What else we got? We got, and I must say, this is one of the small highlights for me. We got a new IP called, what's this called? Phantom Blade. It's kind of like dark mixed with Neo mixed with Ninja Gaiden a bit, and it looks really good. At first, it started so generic, the trailer, but then it blossomed into something that looks very fun. It looks very fun, and some of the combat looks so fast and interesting. Some of the characters and bosses you seem to be fighting looks interesting. The gameplay just looks fun and interesting. However, I must admit, I hope and pray that the game plays like this. I hope it's not a flash in the pan. I hope it really plays like this. So I'm looking forward. I can keep an eye out on that. What else we got? We saw the little Squire again, still looking good. I saw this foam game that's trying to rip off Splatoon. That was hilarious. And again, I can't think of anything else. There was no large, uh, there was no big blockbuster of note to think of. That was it. That was Sony's presentation. That was Sony's E3. No Wolverine, no Last of Us multiplayer, nothing. I must say, I'm giving a grade. I'm giving a D. And remember, I'm the lenient one. So yeah, guys, I must admit it sucked for me. I wanted more. I wanted more. Um, call me greedy, but I just think I wanted more. Uh, well, we have to just look forward to see what Xbox is going to do now, and then this helps Xbox because now Xbox have a chance to get back in the good graces of the gamers after the whole Redfall situation. If they knock their presentation out of the park, they're back in a bit. You're hoping they really show off some good stuff in their presentation when it comes. But for now, yeah, that was a Sony presentation. It was below par for me. But Spider-Man 2 looks good, and that's later this year. Well, we hope it's later this year. We got no actual release date, only a release window. But it's later this year. So let's look forward to that, guys. And that's it for now. If you're anything else in terms of gaming, anime, cartoons, or Blender animation, you're at the right place, Blue Crescent Studio.